Feeling it today, guys. Feeling it today. All right, we're finally getting away from all-time highs, it looks like. Thank God. That was crazy. Open up Restream. Let's see here. Good afternoon, everybody. I want to do a little trade on that. Good afternoon, good morning, Mark. Good morning, Carla. By the way, congrats, Brittany. I think she took one of our last 2 mentorship spots for November. So we have 1 spot left. Thank God. Got to fill in what we wanted and then get a couple more, and that's all we want. We don't want tons of freaking mentorship people at once. We used to do that. We'd take on 8 at once, and it's like, oh my gosh, it was so much work. Now we just take a couple a month. How's everybody's day going? Corey Curl, good morning, brother. We're looking at this MNQ. Corey Curl is fantastic. I feel like I know how to fix. Oh, so you profited? Profited today, Corey? I'm selling, guys. I want to sell down to here. Let me look where I'm at. This is actually happening right now as we speak. Let me look at this. Actually, 5 minute. Yeah, I'm glad I looked at 5. You want to put it at least. You know what? I'm going to put it right above that fair value gap if it closes. I want to see what this does on the 5. This is one of those days where we got to be a little bit careful. Here's what I'm looking at. We had a external structure break here, but I do think it can come back to here. So I just got to be careful here. Man, don't just go. Here's the 1 minute. So if the 1 minute could pull back up here and fill this, I might take a stab at this really quick. Just with a little. Oops. It's just like a 3 micro on that one. I want to get my other accounts ready over on my right. How's everybody's day going, guys? Good to see everybody. Yeah, on one, the other one was FOMO too early and hit daily. 650 away from on the one now. Beautiful. Have you ever been funded now, bro? Epic music too? I guess you call it epic, bro. I need to get more more soundtracks, honestly. Good to see Chris. Feels like the summer October slump is finally turning, maybe, for traders. It's a crazy time. Only the people that push through summer and October. It's like nobody takes trading seriously unless you're actually a full-time trader and make money from it until like the fall. Which I always tell everybody, push through the summer because you're going to be that much better in the fall and winter, right? It's kind of like, what's that whole reaping what you sow? You know, having the harvest. What's that Bible verse? Let's see, harvest. It describes sowing fields that yield a fruitful harvest. So you got to put in the effort during you know, summer, right? You got to put in the effort. Don't give up on yourself next summer. Keep going, right? It's boring. It could be boring. I love it personally. It could be boring to learn and fail and lose. But just imagine fall and winter happen every year, every single year, and every single year, thousands of people flock back to the trading niche, which is, you know, my time where I make a lot more money as a coach, obviously. Because everybody flocks. It's kind of like January 1st when everybody's like, I want to lose weight now. You know, it's like, but like, you don't want to be that guy is what I'm trying to say, or woman. You want to be the person that pushes daily, whether there's freaking like, whether you're on a vacation. Look, I trade when we're on vacation. Why would I not choose to make 5,000 or 10,000 that day? You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to attempt this right now. It's a B setup at best. Let me in. There we go. Let's see what you got here. What's up, Tommy Lewis? How you doing, brother? Hopefully you had a good time with the girlfriend last night. Feels like a game soundtrack. I'm in a game. My life is just a game, brother. 650 away on the one now. On the other one was FOMO too early and hit daily. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you locked yourself out, bro. That's good. I'm glad that you can't unlock it, right? By the way, I got to do this. What am I doing? That kind of sucks. That puts a damper on things. My problem, Bob, is I'm learning the right way, but not doing it all the time when I'm trading because I'm so impatient. And that's me. I know that. I knew that right away as soon as I took you on the live. I 100% knew that. But you know, a lot of times, I mean, I hate to say it, a lot of times people have to just be that way until they get sick of it. And then you stop. You know what I mean? I used to be the same way, Corey. So you're preaching to the choir. I used to have to be in a trade 24/7. I would think if I'm not in trade, I'm losing money, but it's actually the opposite. Like, I'm going to be honest, I don't love this trade. I only love the idea of this is overall down, and I think it's going to take this out. So I'm just being kind of careful with it a little bit. And I only risked like 200 on this one. It's made $300 on ES. Beautiful. What's ES doing? Dropping to? Yeah. Beautiful. Not even going to look. Let's see. Look at YM. YM's doing the same thing. Oh, beautiful. Finally, we're dropping from those all-time highs, guys. This has been a freaking nightmare. I can't stand all-time highs. It's the only time I suck. Like, I feel like a newbie trader. It's kind of like in pool. I switched to a carbon fiber. You guys wouldn't understand this if you don't play pool, but I switched to a carbon fiber from playing on wood for like years, and I started sucking for like a whole month. I'm missing the easiest shots. I actually lost a rank. It was crazy. And basically, so last night this guy was beating me 31-1. I've never been beat this bad in my life in pool, right? And I end up switching this lady that's on my team. She goes, why don't you try? She's a cute old lady. She goes, why don't you try my pull stick? And it's like this old beat up wooden stick, and I'm like, sure, why not at this point? Freaking run 3 racks in a row, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm throwing away this carbon fiber stick. You know what I mean? And I ended up, I didn't win, but I got it. I came all the way back from 31 to 29 points. So I had 28 balls in a row, put it that way. Pretty good. I'll take that. So I'm buying my Moochie again. And just so you know, someone stole my Moochie. It was like a $1,500 stick out of my bag while I was in the bathroom. And I had no idea until I got home. So like I had my wooden shaft stick, my pro, whatever, until someone stole it. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to check AI and see what all the pros use now. And they're like, we use this carbon fiber limited edition Revo. And I buy it. Worst decision ever. Forget why I was telling you that, but there was something to do with I was trying to make an analogy, but then I kind of went off, but it's okay. It's okay. That's my Bobism for the day. Don't let that stupid little block stop you now. I'm just going to say this. I'll take a small hit. I'm going to move my stop to right here because it's created a new low. I'll take a small hit. Call that like a whatever you want to call it. To get out so I wouldn't go over consistency. You just made 1365 on that? Yeah, I'm trading this little 50K and I'm being super careful on this alpha because it's funded. Had a few bad trades during whatever, and I dropped down my thing, so my trailing is kind of jacked on it. So I'm just trying to save this account. Quant Tower over here is doing rather well. Hoping she drops all the way. My overall target was here for like a 1 to 2-ish. So I just want to see what happens. I don't, Tommy. You know, I was pretty good with options and stuff, but it's like I can't stand like what do you call it, the theta, and the decay and all that. Theta. I'm just not a huge fan of it. As far as long term, not as much as I probably should. I'm a day trader at heart, man. I like making my money and bouncing, but I probably should invest more. And you know what? I always wanted to invest in stocks and stuff, but like, you know what the problem is everybody always says, oh, the market's going to crash. And then I've watched my parents, you know, goes up and down. It'll be like 40-50% drop sometimes. And I'm like, ugh. Like, that sounds crazy. So if the market ever did fail, it's like, well, there goes all those 40 years of investing. Yeah, the delta and theta, yeah, I was never, like, too huge on it. But I was always good at knowing the direction. The problem, obviously, is, like, the time it takes to get there. Sometimes I'd be off, and I would be mad because it would still hit my area. Yeah. Come on, drop. You don't care about that. You want that liquidity right here. Person really liked it, but found. Yeah, futures I love. You know, I guess it's one of those things where you could do both. Yep. Like I'll hit the direction. I'm pretty good at the freaking direction. Like that's not complicated. It's the time. It's like, why didn't you push up? You just stopped. Like, why did you just stop? Come on, fall. Melt. Waiting on my coffee to get here. Guys, I spilt my coffee. Oh, it was a beautiful, like, Trenta iced coffee. I'm just about to drink it. I set it down on the table and it falls on the ground. And I'm like, oh no. I was like, I wanted to cry. It was right before this session. Both I have Vantage AI and it gives you a 3-day prediction and 87. Nice. Pretty sure it did, Tiffany. We're gonna announce that out loud, aren't you? Yes. I'm pretty tired when I don't get my coffee, so yeah. It's only happened to me twice ever, and you remember both of them, so thanks. By the way, Brittany, are you in here? Welcome to the mentorship program. Super excited to have you. You took one of the last spots for November. It's gonna be a fun month. I love November trading, guys. Some people hate the holidays, but I'm telling you, like, I always do great November, December. Oh, you're fine, Tiff. You just go down already. Come on, this is stupid. Excited to have you, Brittany. Funded. Let's make some money. Yeah, Justin Hirsch. Well, you know what? We're finally away from the all-time highs. Like I told Aiden, my son, I was like, I'm not even gonna trade if we're not at least 200 points away from all-time highs. I just can't do it anymore. It's just been trash. So unpredictable. It does whatever it wants up there. But I need to like have a go-to something to trade with you guys, like on days that happens. Like I got to figure out what I want to trade, like whether that's gold and use like a bigger stop, or you know, something of that nature. You freaking drop already. I'll get past that. I'll probably get out of break even, honestly. I'm gonna set my stop to break even right here, because I don't like how it's not pushing yet. So I need it to get below this little low. If it gets below that low, it should be good. But otherwise, I don't want to lose money on this stupid trade. Just fall. Yeah, you know, I do trade gold, and it's just, I swear I would never trade it again. Decent luck with the extra VWAP bands and the ATH buys. Beautiful. Just melt. Go. Drop. Come on. You know, we can at least come to here. I don't even have to have a record-breaking trade here. Like, just give me like something. You know. Come to here. I'll even put my take profit right there. So I'm at, I either make 200 or I make nothing on this one, on the funded. Enter a bunch of Friday coffee. Ah, shame. Now the only way I get back in is if it breaks this low. Right here. So don't lose money on that, anybody that's in it. And I would make my stop probably smaller if this is the high. I think we got out. Some kind of imbalance up here. Yeah, 5 minute. Also on another one. See if she can drop below that. That'd be another way to get in there. I'm gonna change this music. It's kind of tripping me out. Dodge the bullet, yeah. Kind of ish, yeah. Gives you at least some idea where price might go. I hit a great one today. We're at 50% of this. Hopefully we get some kind of inverse back down. I can't imagine it's going to take these out. It could. And take profit traders payouts are so quick. I literally put in a withdrawal request and got it within, it had to be 10 seconds. So crazy. Just kind of jump out a little bit, see what's going on. I feel like there was no higher high. There was only this higher low right here. There's no higher low yet, so we're in this kind of like wedge type thing and building this liquidity below. So it might do one of those like take out a little bit up here and then drop, maybe. This was the last higher high right here. This music's kind of loud too. It's my favorite, yeah. Take profit. 100%. There's that, and then I guess Top Step would be up there. Alpha seems to be okay, but it's a little bit annoying. And then My Fun of Futures is probably right up there. I mean, they probably have the best rules other than Take Profit Trader. Never tried Lucid. Nah, not Apex. Apex just really hard, especially it's fine for people who are experienced and know how to follow rules and stuff, but like if you're not capable of like following basic rules, I mean, it sounds easy, but the other problem is it's hard to even identify what the rules are in general. So like it's hard for even experienced people, and then once you get it, then it's fine. But they are. Absolutely. They got to show some people getting paid out, right? They probably owe me, I don't know, 80 grand. But they'll never pay me. And when I say that, they denied me multiple weeks. And then I finally figured out what was going on. It was the 5-to-1. Well, I think MFF is probably up there in the top 3, in my opinion. I need my coffee. I don't know. This is taking too long. One, two, two. There we are. My coffee has arrived. Thank you so much. Oh, any food? There we go. Who's scaling rules? Send Pookie in them. The scaling rules would probably be hard. I have one trade day account. Cheers. Tradeify is great. Yeah, actually. Apex has paid me many times in the past, and they came out with their newer rules, and then I couldn't figure out why they weren't paying me, and it was because of 5-to-1. I'm just saying, like, I don't like that sneaky crap. There's only so many times you could do that to me, and like I won't trade you anymore. So, for instance, I traded perfect. Actually, I had flawless freaking trades, man. Like freaking like profitable almost every day for whatever, and it was like 300 a day. Consistency rules were great. But then they got me on the 5-to-1 ratio thing. But they don't tell you that. The only reason I know it was that is because I had some of my people that were trading Apex do it. Stop getting out at break even in profit. That's my biggest rule. Biggest advice: don't like, so if I was in the stop, for instance. Let's say this stop, like we were in this trade, it came up to here, and you wait because you want to see it hit profit so bad. You wait to here and get in a little profit and get out. Well, that just turned into a 20-to-1 because you went back 20 and only made 1. See what I'm saying? A sneaky crap like that, man. They just put this crap in there when it's just unnecessary. I mean, obviously for them because they want to keep money. But they still pay out. They pay out if you do everything perfectly. And I hate all those rules. It's already hard enough to trade, personally. With that said, I recommend Apex all the time to practice on, and they still do payouts, right? I think they're great for practice and learning. Because here's the problem I see people have is they come in and they think they're just going to automatically get to $10,000 a month profit, like without learning. Like you're gonna have to go through your emotion. There's like your emotional stage where you like everything sucks. You think you have it, and then you just go crazy. Like you have to go through your emotions. So just know that if you're in your emotions right now, there's a chance that you're about to have a breakthrough. Like here's how you really know: if you keep showing up daily and you're still feeling like crap every time you take a trade, pretty soon you're just gonna not care anymore. And then when that day comes, that's when you can start treating things like a demo. So really, that's what you're programming your brain to do, is become like a demo trader. Because you got to stop giving a crap, and you can't just tell someone stop caring. Like it doesn't work that way. Like there's no amount of mentorship you can do in the world that will stop you from having your heart race in like anxiety issues. Okay, there's zero. The only thing I could do is tell you, hey, you're going to go through this, and then eventually you're going to get numb to it, and then you won't care anymore, and that's when you make it. when you could actually stick to your rules and not have to be in a trade every 10 seconds and get out of the trade early and take a little bit of profit but take a huge loss when you have to move your stop loss back because you're like, what if it does go, and then you blow another account. Like as soon as you get over all these things, like all of a sudden you don't care. You become the martial artists who kick their shin against a tree a million times. Now they don't feel their shin when they kick the tree. See what I'm saying? Because what do you mean stop caring? No. That's not what I'm saying at all. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's actually the opposite. Because you care so much, you're going to keep blowing accounts. I know it's hard to imagine that, but your emotions are what are stopping your success, period. Your emotions and your bad habits. And your emotions create your bad habits, or vice versa, right? So you're going to go through an emotion. You went down on the account today, so now your bad habit is, oh, I got to get my money back. So because of your emotions, now it's like this vicious circle going over and over again. Make $1 million a month, right? Takes me 2 years to start becoming profitable. I've just gotten over a year to break even. Boom. Way to beat Tim. Yeah, I'm not saying stop caring and blow your accounts. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying stop. Like I can't tell you to stop caring because you have to go through your emotions. You have to learn that if you touch the stove and it's hot, it still burns you. You know what I mean? So maybe stop being undisciplined in certain areas. Right. You're like, I'm not saying you, but like you're like a little kid. It's like, oh, I just got to get my money back. When you know that's like you touching the stove. Blue accounts trying to get the money back I lost, all mindset. Yep. Like you said, you got to put your emotions to the side, cut them out, bad habits. You know, one of the things that I tell some of my people, if they got money, this might sound crazy, but I'm just being real with you. You need to fail forward faster. You need to get in more frequent trades. You need to set aside X amount of money for prop firms to blow. And I'm not saying take bad trades. So something happens mentally. If you say, okay, I'm willing to blow. Now, again, this depends on what money you got. I'm willing to blow 50 accounts this month, right? What would this maybe do for your brain? If you said, okay, 50 accounts times 50, let's call it $50. That's $2,500. I'm willing to lose this month. Well, all of a sudden, you gave yourself permission to fail some accounts. And what's going to actually happen, most likely, is you're going to get more numb to the emotions, and you're probably going to start passing accounts. Okay. So now, because you gave yourself permission, okay, this is my budget this month to blow accounts. Now, it might sound crazy to some of you, but I'm saying some of you guys, this might be like nothing. Okay. If you're that person, maybe do this, you know, buy 50 accounts, 30 accounts, take one at a time and practice taking just B+ to A+ setups over and over and over again as frequently as possible without doing all those extra things like getting in multiple times and doing all these things. You know what I mean? And fail forward faster, because all right, it's either you're going to fail forward faster or you're going to fail forward slower. Like there's no other way around it, right? You quit and you actually fail. So you might as well get the failing forward faster part over with as fast as possible. That was how I thought anyways. So by the time that you get, because here's the thing, you got to get past the evals. Now, once you get past the eval, now you got to do the funded. So you got to start over with the funded. It's a different mentality because you're now you're like, oh my gosh, I only made it. Now I got the funded. So then you have to get through those emotions. You have to fail forward faster. I hate saying it. You have to start losing some funded accounts. Now, not everybody loses funded accounts. You might be in your head, be like, well, I'm not going to do that because I'm different. And I've achieved this, and this in my life and ran this many awesome, successful businesses and blah, 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 blah. So you think you're different. And then when it actually comes time to get your funded and your whatever, you blow it and then you feel like a failure. I'm just telling you straight up. I lose like a funded every freaking week. Like, I don't even, like, it happens. Like, everybody I know that's a successful trader still blows accounts because, and that's not from bad habits or anything. Most of the time, I'm not saying that's not, I'm not saying I'm perfect. A lot of times it's, they just went crazy and freaking just like ignored everything that was taught and everything that they know. And one day it just takes one bad day of something tired and they blow an account, right? Everybody loses funded accounts. If they tell you they don't lose funded accounts, they're just not telling you. Like, they're lying. They're not necessarily lying. They're just not telling you the complete truth. Like, you go out of some stream and they act like they're funded 24/7, dude. They're straight. Nah. I would there might be one. There might be one that I saw that might be legit. And that was as a top step guy. Maybe he was, as long as they were telling, like, as long as the top step people were telling the truth, maybe it's true. But I've never met anybody personally ever. So with that said, you got to be prepared to lose funded accounts. But we did this with Tana. We brought her on the members only. And we said, okay, according to your current stats, if you just keep trading exactly how you're trading, for every 5 accounts you get, you should get at least 9K, I think it was. 9K funded, or 9K payout, if you just kept doing exactly what you did in 2 weeks. I forget what it was. So sometimes you just need to see the math, and you'll never know the math unless you actually trade the same way over and over again. Unless you actually have your actual stats to back it up and see proof for yourself that you traded this exact way this many times. I know for a fact I get like a 73 to 77% win rate on my trades, the way I trade. So I know for a fact that I can lose 3 trades, whatever. And the same thing goes with funded accounts. It's the same thing, because, you know, these trades are a part of the overall funded accounts and everything too. So I'll probably keep 70% of my funded and lose 30% over a course of a few weeks. You know what I mean? And then you get a certain amount as payouts. Your payout all of a sudden trumps all the little tiny, the trainings, all the evaluations, all the funded activations, all the funded losses. All of a sudden you get one payout. It usually covers most of it. See what I'm saying? And then you just get better and better and better. That's really all I got to say. Learn about patience by watching you, Bob. Awesome, Steve. Glad it helped. When you can make that back tomorrow morning, just much easily with no emotion and good setup. I agree 100%, Corey. Now here's the thing, guys. I'm not a huge I'm not a big person on having like daily goals and daily loss goals. I'm just not. I am a person on wait for the best setup, and if it's there, take it person. So if you have too frequent setups, you probably need to add more confluences to slow down to speed up, right? So for instance, when I see most people fail is they'll wait for that really good setup. They take the good setup, they lose. Their brain goes off on a freaking tangent, and then they start making they're like, I just got to get in, it's going to go down now. And it goes up and they lose again. I just got to get in. Oh, it's going to actually go up now. Now they lose again. They just take random freaking weird trades that they know they shouldn't have taken. And then they snap up out of it, and they're like, what just happened? I just blew another account. I'm such a loser. You know, maybe trading's all a scam. Like, when in reality, you just need to get really obsessed instead of with the money, but obsessed with the plan. Like, what is the trading plan? What is the setup? Get obsessed with that, because that's what's fun for me. Being right about my setup 75% of the time. That's what excites me. See what I'm saying? It's not the money part. The money comes. You don't have to worry about the money part. Well, you do have to risk properly too, I guess you'd say. So like, for instance, over on my Take Profit Traders over here, I only risk X amount because I'm over here focusing on these accounts, right? With you guys. And I'm like, okay, well, I felt stupid because my win rate stays the same. Why wouldn't I take at least small risk trades over on these other accounts? So I started taking smaller risk trades, and I'm doing much better. Failing engaged. All right, let's go Titan. Yep, I have some accounts I have just started blowing every month. Definitely helps with emotions. I don't really care now. Beautiful, Ashley. Yeah, so it's just part of your education. So look at Take Profit Trader as just part of your education. And if you're look at it as a business, which it is, this is a business. Okay, you got to sometimes switch into business mindset. This isn't like linear. This is okay, this is how much I'm willing to lose this much into my business. That could be, a lot of people, they go to school just to open up their business, like to learn. So you have educational costs, you have like, certification costs, you have all these different costs all the time in certain businesses. Um, and then you have the breakage, like in restaurants. Okay, like there's a certain amount of breakage that goes into like the overall loss, right? Each week, each month, like they're willing to like lose 20% in breaking plates, employee issues, and food spoilage, and all this kind of stuff. You got to look at this like a business. How much are you willing to lose in your business each month to make it a profitable business? You know. Let's see. Christina Robbins, a winner is just a loser who tried one more time. I am the biggest loser you'll ever be in your life. Brad Herod, I lose funded accounts. Yes. Corey Curl, it might take me another year to get funded again. But if you had rules at DLL 300, it would take 10 days to lose an account. And that's with no buffer. So I pass most of my accounts in just a day or two, unless it has like a 5-day minimum. But then what I do is I take micro trades on the 5-day minimum accounts, so that any moment I could take a big trade, boom, pass account. Whatever it was, I was way behind hitting that. In reality, there's only a couple good setups in a session. That's pretty accurate. Yeah, it just depends on the day. Sometimes they like pop up like crazy. But like, I didn't see anything here that I wanted. Why I didn't want to take this off this is because I'm like, okay, why is it like not minding their trend? I'm not a trend line trader. Is there a dog in here? Oh, okay. Thanks. Hey, never mind. I got it. Thank you. I gotcha. My wife still tells me not to spill something. I guess she said that because I spilled the coffee right before I went on live, and she cleaned it up for me. So praise God for her. And that's correct, Corey. And like, you're a one-on-one student, so I would highly recommend that we just narrow down one setup, and I would prefer it with the GAN box main setup. And you just get obsessed with only taking that one thing. And if you haven't watched the new training videos, Corey, I highly recommend it. I made 4 new ones last week or the week before, and like, it's helping a lot of people. I am very mechanical, yes, Kellen. Market tuition. Yeah. There is no greater education than actually just freaking failing faster. Like, you could ask Christian Supreme. There's like 5 or 6 years ago, I was taking like 200 micro trades a day. Now this, whatever. I had money to blow. I'm not going to lie. So I had money to blow. I was doing good at my business. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to take I wanted to see how candle movement was, right? So I'm literally taking like freaking 1 minute setups nonstop. Like, okay, we broke structure. We're going to buy. And I would be up, then I'd be up, down, and I'd be up and down and up and down. I was taking a couple hundred trades a day with Forex. My overall bigger trades were great. So like, I would take the like higher risk trades, but like bigger stops, and I was profitable pretty good 5 years ago with Forex. But then I wanted to get good with like smaller setups, so I'd have a little bit more frequent things for the prop firms, Care because that was a lot of work though, and good wins. And if I didn't not follow my rules, I wouldn't have blown them. So listen, Corey, so a lot of work though, and good wins. And if it didn't, So I think you're thinking more on the day and week, maybe the day and the week versus month and quarter. And again, this is another hard thing to flip. But if you could do the same thing over and over again, none of that was wasted. So you could have done a lot of great work that week and just broke even or even lost your accounts. But then the next week you do it again, and then all of a sudden that week was fantastic, and maybe you get a payout or get funded. Then the next week maybe you break even. Then the next week all of a sudden you get a huge payout. So, and when those huge payouts hit, it's way more often than not that's way more money than you probably would have made at your career. Okay. But it's hard to see that far out, right? So getting obsessed with the one thing over and over again, putting in all that work and getting good wins and getting good losses. There's a such thing as a good loss. Like if you take an A+ setup and you lose, that was a good loss. You have to celebrate yourself that you were disciplined enough to withstand the urge to blow more accounts because you got mad, right? I blew a freaking take profit trader last week. I never feel anything anymore because I blow them with good setups. So and ultimately I'm thinking it's because we're at all-time highs and it just doesn't mind your crap. Is this gonna go up? I'm just waiting for something to happen here. This is Michael. I don't know why it's not. I know it's really annoying, bro. Yeah, sometimes it shows the names, sometimes it doesn't on this restream thing. I wonder if in the actual YouTube it works good. Oh, good to see you, Michael. Sunk costs, yeah, Darren, exactly. Man, my husband and his snacking around the house kills me. Between him and our 6-year-old, I'm always grabbing crumbs. Just saying, I shouldn't be blowing accounts at this point. Oh man, well I blow accounts, so man, if you can show me the person that doesn't blow accounts, bro. I can promise you I blew more accounts than you. Show me another person on YouTube that actually admits that. I talk to a lot of these YouTube guys. They all tell me the truth privately. Between him and let's see, how do you size your trades? Like how much risk per trade? Good question. See, that's the kind of questions those are the good questions right there. Depends on the trade setup. So if I'm doing higher risk reward, I'm using a smaller stop, like a 10-point stop, then I'm risking less. Like I'll risk on a 50K, I'll risk like 200 to 300 max. On an eval, now this is going to help somebody out there, and it's not going to help another person out there. If you got the money to lose accounts, there's a good chance you're going to lose them anyways. I like to go through my I like to almost full port. Like I'll do like a $1,250 trade on a 50K, just to give you an example. If it's a great setup, because then I have like basically 2 shots at it, and usually I don't lose 2 in a row. It happens though, so sometimes I'll blow them, but then more oftentimes than not, I'll hit like a 1 to 3, bam, passed. Especially if it's a 0. Then once you're on your funded, I usually go about 3 times to 4 times less per trade, if that makes sense. Once you're on your funded, that's really to sum it all up. So I'll risk anywhere from, I don't know, 300 to 500 per trade. And then here's something that a lot of people don't think about is once you get funded like millions. By the way, can you guys test this QR code? Is it still working for my Solomon Trading VIP? I go live with my members only in 8 minutes. I just want to know. Appreciate it. what really is crazy and what a lot of people don't think about is, let's say you have 750,000 funded, which is the max you could have on Take Profit Trader right now. Just give me an example. 750,000 funded. Okay. Oh, that's really weird looking. You don't have to be a hero, right? Like once you get past your buffer, you can take these little, like, you know, to get your buffer up, by the way, I don't do anything more than 500 a trade on Take Profit Trader to get to 4,500, right? This is for the pro accounts. I'm not going to go in depth on all this, but I just want you to understand anything after 4,500, you can take profit out in the next day. Take payouts. By the way, you can go to takeprofittrader.com, get an account. Use code Solomon, please. Helps me out. Helps the stream. Anyways, you don't have to trade a lot right here. Like, let's say you see a B plus to A setup, you could risk 300. You have 5 accounts, 300. You want to keep your funded and get really good payouts compared to like most people's careers, right? 300 times 5, you just hit a 1 to 2. That's $3,000, right? Am I right there? Yeah. Yeah, because 300 times 5 would be a 1 to 1, right? And if you got let's just say you hit a 1 to 3 that day, that's $4,500 with a 300 risk. You see that? You don't have to be a freaking hero. Like, who wants $4,500 tomorrow? Come on. You don't have to be like, you don't have to like compare yourself to these like 20-year-old kids that are like big screenshot in $1 million day things. Like, I made 58,000, and some of them might be real. I don't know. I'm not saying everything's a scam. I'm an opportunist. I'm just saying, in reality, who couldn't use an extra $4,500 tomorrow? And if you couldn't use an extra $4,500 tomorrow, what the heck are you doing trading prop firms anyways? Like, you should probably have $1 million in your account trading your own money. Like, ultimately, at that point. You're not going to blow your account. I could promise you. You're not going to blow your $150,000 account doing $300 setups, taking A+ setups. $300 risk, taking A+ setups. Just not going to happen. You're going to keep them. You're going to get payouts. You might have some weeks where you're kind of like under buffer, and then you don't get a payout that week. But then the next week, all of a sudden, it's like boom, 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 boom. Beautiful, Regilio. Yeah. Exactly. So this is one of those days where I'm just kind of waiting for a setup to happen. Like, we're just kind of going back and forth. I think we might drop from here. Maybe. I don't know. Let me erase all this trash. Let me just reevaluate what's going on. We're stuck in this wedge. Want to give you guys something for free before I leave. But we're just kind of like stuck. Like, what do you even do in this situation? Let's see. If I were just looking at 5-minute blocks, because you have to kind of go down farther if you want to keep trading these. Yeah, you could say that's a block and that's a block. So essentially, we're stuck in between like this. Actually, I mean, I guess you'd say this, which that's even worse. So now you got to narrow it down. One of these times it's going to pop, and one of these sides are going to be taken pretty heavily, and that's when you see a rocket. We'll just make it from here to here. You have liquidity to the upside, liquidity to the downside, right? We're running out of room. So usually by the time it gets to like over in here and it gets smaller and smaller, like something big happens, right? So my only thought is, overall, we had this creating lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, right. Lower high, lower low. I feel like I'm tripping here. Essentially had like a higher high with a wick, but it looked like it was taking this stuff out. So like I'm still sell bias, honestly, because we don't have like I feel like it's just gonna take this out. Like it had a chance to come up right here and just take out all this, but I think they're gonna leave these fair value gaps. Personally, I could be wrong. Yeah, YouTube's being funny. I don't know. Like sometimes I see the names, other times it's like usernames, and it's weird. Virgilio. They're like, don't call me Virgilio. It's right. Thank you, Kathy, for testing that. Appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm going to set up the Zoom link for our members only VIP. If you're jumping on, let me know in the chat right now if you're jumping on the members only VIP. Hopefully we get a nice big old win today. I think we're going to get something. Let's see here. No, Zoom. Oh, the Zoom private link. We'll listen to some better music. Over there, I can play whatever the heck I want. We jam out to like 70s, 80s, 90s, rock, hip hop, dance. It's crazy. We just kind of do it all. All we did today so far was a break even. So hopefully, see, this is what trading really requires. So here's what happens, okay? Some of you guys might have been scalping. You guys might have been scalping and getting profitable. You might have made tons of money while I was not making money. And then, but you're also the same person that's going to keep doing that and then blow your account later because you have so much dopamine hits. Dopamine hits and you get addicted to the winning part, and then you blow your account later and you wonder what happened. Ooh, did I catch somebody? Somebody was on here scalping like crazy and you're like, why didn't Bob take all these trades? They were so perfect. And you're the same person that can't stop yourself later and you lose it all. So you saw me live. I sat here for an hour, took one trade and broke even. How freaking boring was that, right? To me, this is what I always say, make trading boring again. I mean it. Like, you know what's fun is pulling money out. That's what's fun. It's not this like the highlight moments that I put on YouTube where I'm showing a win. It's not the highlight moments every second, every time that we're shooting for. It's like we're scrolling through TikTok and YouTube shorts and Instagram. We're like, ooh, wow, that was a great win. Ooh, that strategy looked like it worked great. Ooh, that worked. Ooh, boom. And then we go live and it's like, you know what I mean? All right, here's the link. Let me grab the link. If you're not a member yet of Solomon Trading VIP, I go live every day from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. And also, we have 16 more live trading sessions with the other 2 coaches that you'll get access to, plus my Pulse X Premium, plus my VIP community. So if you want all that, right now the price is only $97 a month. You can lock in your spot. That's not marketing hype. Gonna have to raise my prices eventually, but whoever locks their price in now will get it for $97 a month. That's a lot. I forget, it was like $1 or something a session or something, or $2 per live session. And I'm also going to be adding this month text alerts for our big moves. Let me actually show you that real quick. This has been crazy. Oh, Chris, by the way, we've been hitting 1 to 10 and 1 to 20 live. We hit a 1 to 20 live. Like, I actually recorded it. I put it on my YouTube. It's crazy. If I put Pulse X Premium, our indicator, on here, let's see what happened today. I'm going to have alerts for this, guys. All right. Second. 1 minute. All right. So we hit yellow. Look at this. Perfect. Look at this. I didn't even look today because it happens every day. I just know it does. We hit the yellow band, got the cloud flip, 10-point stop. Ready? Who took this? Somebody had to take this today. Watch this. 10-point stop. This was at, looks like 12:05 a.m. or something. Am I tripping? I don't know. Right here, bam, 1 to 20 right there. Didn't even look today if that happened, but it did. Every day, that's all we do. I have these bands, right? And then when you get the cloud flip, you use a 10-point stop. Every day happens. You don't take every flip. You have to wait for it to be kind of, here we go. Here's another example. This one would have lost right here. But with that said, we wouldn't have taken it because it pushed up too high. When it gets too far away to the band, it gets close to the V. This is the main VWAP line right here. We don't take it, right? So right here, we would have probably taken this one, but I would rather wait for the push up. So I would have lost this one. So this would have been a loss, but we got a plus 20 earlier, right? And it's very mechanical as far as how we do it. So what I tell them is we hit a 1 to 5, okay? And then you wait for a cloud flip. So what would have happened here if you would have followed that instruction is it would have went all the way to 120. You could have decided, okay, I want to take something. I want to just take it all or whatever in this situation. But if you didn't, you at least, if you get a cloud flip, you get out. So you still, worst case scenario, you would have got a 1 to 8. So it's very mechanical. It's not like, I don't know what to do. So some people, like Mark Monfrey the other day, got 1 to 32 between, or actually it was, how many trades? I don't know. You got that today, Regilio? Roger? Sorry. That's like calling me a Babilio. Oh, geez. Oh, look at this one. Ready? Look, hit the yellow line, cloud flip. Let's see. This was Asian session. Asian's been amazing, by the way. Let's see. Oh, looks like it worked. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this hit 1 to 8. Worst case scenario is you get out at cloud flip. Let's say you didn't though. That was a 1 to 4. Boom, mechanical, right? 1 to 3.5, 1 to 4, or you held it and bam, 1 to 16. Can't even freaking make this up. Like I'm not making it up. See it? I didn't put it out there, Ryan. I will always put it in school no matter what. In Solomon Trading under Bob Training. So I'm putting it in there right now. My apologies. I was just kind of doing that. But yeah, guys, if you want this indicator plus all the training, hit the QR code, join right now, $97 a month, lock in your spot, or just go to solomontrading.com. I'm going to put the members only. It'll be under Solomon Trading VIP group in school. Members only live now. Boom. General trade discussion. Live. Boom. Post. All right. Posted the link. Posting the link in school now under Futures Bootcamp, which I'm excited for Futures Bootcamp. We're going to be updating that. It's going to be great. And then Solomon Trading. Boom. And we usually have about 50 or 60 members live in the in this, and I'm also putting it in the one-on-one group. I'll make sure, Brittany, if you're on, I'll make sure you get in here. If you're not in, I think you are. Yeah, you're in there. You're already in there. All right, that's it, guys. Go ahead and join. I see a couple more members joining right now, so it's all good. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Everybody are on here for free. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. But yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to go really in depth today over several different things, pulse X and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, hopefully you find it, Ryan. It's under Solomon Trading VIP under school. The latest post, not the pin post, the latest post. All right, guys, see you tomorrow, same time.